they're the ones who are making more money, you cannot question anything.
My ninja, don't get it twisted. I'm up here for a reason, okay? And shit hits the fan, it's always the woman that pulls some money from a child. Hi guys, welcome back to the Mod Afro Mamas. So today we want to talk about finances and specifically financial abuse in relationships. Sarah, give us a little more about this.
It's when one partner uses money to control the relationship. And and they're not ready to have a sit down with the other partner and try and talk it out.
I've kind of experienced it in that I've seen it up close.
Yes.
Especially being in diaspora, right? I feel like a lot of times we tend to band together to save, right? So you're either hooking up with somebody not necessarily because you're ready to live together, but because you want to save on rent, you want to save on bills. I mean, shit is expensive, right? You've got that car note, you've got that insurance. Rent is redonkulously high, especially if you live in a city, right? Especially if you're up here in New York, New Jersey. I mean, rent is crazy. It's crazy, but you need a place to live. So you're dating this guy, you're dating this girl. I mean, things are okay. They might not be so good. It might not be where you want to end up or think, but now you're looking at the financial strain because a lot of us, you're still sending money back home, right? You've got people who are depending on you. So I do think we may not intentionally choose to do it, but there's a lot of people who end up in these relationships of convenience, which does constitute financial abuse.
And it is very, very, very common, and one partner is not meeting the end of their bargain. Like, this is what we agreed. I have a girlfriend of mine, she tells me, oh, he was supposed to be paying this and now he's stopped paying it. And you're in the middle of a month, or the bill that you're supposed to be paid is due.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so what do? They know because your other partner knows that you have the money. So even if they don't pay whatever bill it is,
you're going to have to end up paying it anyway. Oh, I hate that. I really hate that. And so I think this is really unfair because it tends to happen to a lot of times the person who earns more, right? So you live with someone and they just, like, okay, we get into a partnership, me and you, Sarah, we're going to live together, blah, blah, blah. This is how we're splitting bills. This is how we've decided from the beginning. Then you, because maybe you earn less than me, if you got time, kulipa bills, you're like, oh, so I'm tight because you make more than me. I find that so unfair. If we reach an agreement and you wanted to come into this knowing this is what you're going to pay, that's what you should pay.
Right. We also have some other people because, they're the ones who are making more money and probably you're not making as much.
Yeah.
Then you cannot question anything.
Yes.
Because I am doing ABC and D, even if I do anything, you don't question.
Yeah. That's a problem too, right? That's a really deep problem, and then it makes the other person insecure. It makes you feel smaller. It makes you feel insignificant to the relationship because you can't make decisions. You can't decide A, B, C, D. I mean, have you met those people who, especially if you're married to someone who's not an immigrant, who even wants to control the money you send home? Now, I've seen two extremes, okay? I've seen the one person, like we said, who instead of paying the half of the bills, they're like, oh, you don't have to send money, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, bro, but either way, you would have had to survive. If I wasn't here, you would have had to survive and figure that out. So that's not your part. But there's also the other person who wants to tell you, oh, you can't send this and you can't send that. But listen, if I've paid my half of the bills and I have this money and I want to send money to my sister, my brother, my cousin, I think that should be my business within reason. Yeah.
And some of them, they want you to remain there. They want you to be, do not advance in your career so that you can continue being dependent on me. I want you to be controlling.
Yeah, I got this, so you ain't got it. Why do you? Those people ask you, so why do you need to do this? So why do you have to do that? I actually once dated this guy who I remember I was really stressed at work, and I'd be like, oh my god, and, because I'm on call, and he's like, well, why don't you just don't be on call? And I looked at him, I'm like, I'm coming to you to vent, but my ninja, don't get it twisted. I'm up here for a reason, okay? Don't tell me then just take another job that you don't have to. That was the first time I looked at him. I'm like, what the hell am I doing here? Like, goodbye. And I can promise you, after that, it was goodbye. We're not going to do that.
Yeah, it's true. If you're dependent on them, whenever you want to do something, you have to ask them.
Yeah.
I wanna go do my hair. Please, can I go do my hair? Can I do everything?
But how about the chicks who say that man has to pay? Like, you have the money in your pocket, but he has to pay for my nails and he has to pay for my hair. How do you feel about that?
Well, if he's ready to pay, go ahead.
This is how I look at it, right? My partner, my husband knows what I do. He knows my routine at this point, right? He knows my hair, my nails, whatever I do or don't do. My thing is shoes. Listen, me and shoes. My house is full of shoes. Some I've never even opened the bag, but I have to have them. He knows this, right?
Yeah.
So once in a while, he'll look at it and be like, "Babe," he'll give me a gift card to what he knows is my favorite store, so I can pick it. And I said, no, no, bro. But I like that rather than come to him and be like, "Oh, I want shoes." I mean, there's a difference between I need this and that, the other. Can you help me? But I want shoes, do my nails, do my hair. I don't know. I'm kind of in the middle of it. Now, here's one that actually is very interesting to me. And especially as a Kenyan woman. How about the people who build at home or invest at home and do not let their partner here know?
That's not good.
Really, right?
That's not. What kind of a relationship is that?
I've seen women always say, like, we gotta take care of our kids, and I'm all for that. That. But I don't understand why it needs to be a secret from your partner. I mean, are you really in a relationship then? Why shouldn't my husband?
Especially such major projects. You know, I don't mind having a secret bank account. I don't mind that. I mean, you're supposed to do that just in case. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But projects, such big projects, and these are your children together. Come on, why would you hide?
That really scares me because it makes me wonder, like, are you prepping? Like, it's to me it's like a backup plan. It's not like a backup plan. Like you said, I'm okay with having your own account. You should always have your own account. My grandma used to always keep your little something, your pocket on the side, right? And that's always for a rainy day, because when I say, when shit hits the fan, it's always the woman that pulls some money from a chama, right? To save them.
Right.
The one working. So I'm okay with that, but I really feel that that's also kind of financial abuse, because if I have money that I'm investing over there, but here you have no idea about it, when we're sharing bills within the house, right? I'm essentially lying to you. So I only have this much to give, but really I'm putting some and putting it on the side. But if you're my partner and we love each other and these are our children, like you said, I don't think you should have a problem with me putting money here for the baby.
It looks like then, there's some trust issues also. I would expect, my partner to be very proud of me, especially if I come up with such suggestion, let's do this and this, because it is our children. So if you're trying to do it behind your back, there has to be some red flag somewhere that you're seeing, it might not last.
Yes. I mean, what would you say to someone who thinks that they're currently in, or who knows that they're currently in a relationship where there's some kind of financial abuse going on?
Yeah, I say, if you see any red flags, is your partner ready to have a sit down, talk about it, and change course, because if you're not willing to do that, mapenzi itaisha.
True. I would also say I like to look at a lot of these gurus, so to speak, about finances. Like I used to love watching Susie Orman because she'd come on Oprah. But one thing she said that always stuck with me is always have like a 6-month backup, right? And now during Corona times, isn't that really good and valid information? You need even more than 6-month backup, your rent, your insurance, the things that are most important to you.
Yeah.
I would say sit together and budget and plan, because I feel that I feel another form of abuse that we don't really think about is that that feeling of no stability, right? Like the floor can be pulled out from you anytime. You don't have savings. It's paycheck to paycheck to paycheck. Okay?
Yeah.
If something happens that's different out of the norm, you're like completely distressed.
Right.
That's the problem.
Right.
So I think that as a woman, as a man in a relationship, you should take charge. You should sit down. You should plan your finances together. I'm not saying don't have your little account on the side for burn money, but I'm saying plan together and build a solid foundation. Do not give space for any breakdown or anybody to be above the other. Like, level things out fairly.
Yeah.
Talk about it, because that's the number one thing that breaks relationships is finances. Talk about it. Don't assume. Don't. And one of you is always a better manager than the other in money. It doesn't matter who's making the money. There's always the one person who's a saver and the one person who's a spender. So figure it out. Figure out ways to make your relationship work. And listen, if you're in a financially abusive relationship, there's always counseling. There's counseling for everything. Open your eyes, Google it, look around, make that relationship work for you, honey. Okay.
Right. Yes.
So say the More Afro Mamas.
Okay.
Like, subscribe, and share, guys, and we will see you next time with the More Afro Mamas.
Yes. Bye-bye.